Just wanted to check in with you to see if anybody had any questions about week 2's recipes. I talked about them on the last couple Google Hangouts, so you may have already watched those. This week is week 2. It starts today, July 3rd. I talked about them on the last couple. I'm going to give a little bit of intro about this week's recipes. They're all bowl recipes, meaning they are things that you would eat in a bowl. So the first, you pick one of them. One of them is the acai bowl. The second one is the burrito bowl. And the third one is the quinoa bowl. So basically you're making some sort of meal in a bowl that maybe, you would like. There's also on the video another recipe that's an Asian. I think it's pronounced pho, but I know I'm not pronouncing it right, but it's spelled P-H-O. That bowl is not technically one of the recipes because it was a little complicated with using cheesecloth and a lot more ingredients, and I just didn't want to get too complicated with having to buy extra supplies that you probably don't have at your house, because I know I don't have cheesecloth currently at my house. But if you wanted to make that, I'm sure you could put the ingredients that would go in the cheesecloth into the broth and then use like a ladle or something to scoop it out later. There's probably ways around that. And like the ramen noodles they used for that recipe are definitely like a more expensive type of ramen noodle. So you might want to, use something else that you can find at the store. So you can experiment. Like you could use rice noodles, which are pretty inexpensive. The ramen noodles that you can buy that are super cheap, I guess. I mean, I haven't made that recipe, so I'm not really sure. Maybe I'll try it and I'll let you know. So let's go back to the 3 recipes that you're choosing from. The acai bowl, that's basically yogurt and fruit, granola, and acai. Acai is really difficult to find. I've said this a few times. It's difficult to find around here. So I suggest if you go to ShopRite or Acme to just buy yogurt that already has acai in it. It's a little bit more of an expensive yogurt. The brand I found is called Siggs, S-I-G-G-S. There's also in the juice aisle, there might be like a acai mixed with cranberry juice. I would say buy whichever one is something you're more likely to use. So like obviously I think the yogurt is the best choice, but if you think you're going to like cranberry juice and finish the rest of the bottle for yourself, then buy that. If you want the real acai puree, Whole Foods has it. The closest Whole Foods that I know of is in Cherry Hill in the Ellisburg Shopping Center near that bowling alley. It's called like Big Fun or the Fun Event or the Event or something like that. There's a Whole Foods over there. It's Route 41 in Cherry Hill. In their freezer section, they sell frozen acai that's in like your little puree packets. My video from yesterday shows you what the packets look like. So you could also use that as well. And then you would have a few of them. And then the last thing is there's acai powder, which I've never used, but you can probably get that off the internet. You only use a little teeny bit of it, like a teaspoon, because it's pretty potent. All right, so that's the acai bowl. If you are going to make the burrito bowl, I mean, basically you're putting in the bowl anything that you like. For me, it would be shredded chicken that's already cooked, black beans, probably some roasted corn, avocado. I'd probably even grill some onions and peppers on the grill and chop those up. I think, it depending on the week, I would have something different in it every week, depending on what I have at my house. So that would be a burrito bowl. Oh, I'd probably drizzle some sour cream on top. Currently, my favorite topping right now, at our pool, in the snack stand at our pool, they have this dressing. It's a chipotle aioli, which is sort of like a chipotle mayo, and putting that on everything. If I own that, I'd put that in my burrito bowl. So if you like chipotle or sriracha, some people like sriracha. You can put that on top. All right, so that's the burrito bowl. Experiment, take a picture, post it. Some people don't like avocado. Some people don't like tomatoes. Leave out whatever you don't like. Put in whatever you like. That's probably a pretty easy recipe. If you don't like chicken, you could use beef. If you don't like meat, you could just use vegetables. Whatever it is that you like. The last one is, the quinoa bowl. Quinoa is a grain. It looks a lot like rice. It's high in protein, whereas rice is not high in protein. So you cook it a lot like you would rice. You could buy that pretty much at any store. ShopRite, Walmart, Acme. I've mentioned that the bag I currently have, I bought at Aldi. So you pretty much follow the directions on the package, and then you add the other ingredients in based on that. All right, so anyone out there have any questions? I'm going to try something. All right, so since looks like I'm kind of here by myself, I'm going to wait a couple more minutes and see if I get any questions. And if not, I'm going to log off. All right, so when you do, you probably are all still in bed. When you do wake up and you get to watch this, please shoot me an email or post on Google Classroom any questions that you have. And then I will get back to you later on tonight. And I think this week's recipes are very doable. So pick whichever one you think looks the best. And we'll talk later. Bye-bye.